Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to see if we can get this 85 K5 Blazer to crank. It has been sitting, not started since about 2007. So it's been sitting for a minute. It used to be pretty and white. Used to drive it all the time until I had some health issues and wasn't able to climb up in it anymore. But I've had several people want to buy it, but I just haven't wanted to get rid of it yet. So we just decided to come out here
and do a will it run.
Yeah. So we've got a battery that we've got to put in it.
It's probably junk, because it's junk with autos on.
This thing was in pretty good shape when we first got it, years and years ago. Looked like a new one, inside and out. But as you can see, it's been sitting for a while, and that doesn't do anything for them. So they go downhill quick.
It's got some nice moss growing on it.
Moss growing on it? Is that what that is? I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Our oldest son even drove this thing to prom in high school. Did have to have assistance getting in this thing, so I had to carry me a stool or a fold-up chair or something along with me. But I used to do that when I had a four-wheel drive S10 Blazer too, and I drove it every day. Even the headliner is coming out of it now that it's been sitting.
I got your milk crate. You're crushing my heart monitor.
Well, don't do that. You need to make sure it didn't turn it off. So yeah, y'all hang out with us here and we'll see if we can get this K5 Blazer started today. Our youngest son has got a black K5 Blazer that's been in a couple of videos. So maybe we can get this running and take both of them to a show or something.
I think I can just take the top off this and clean the accelerator pump. Clean everything up and it should work. Should.
And go get her some racing fuel.
I don't know about all that. Back then that crap was $7 a gallon. I don't know what it is now. But I always run it in the four-wheelers and the side-by-side and all like that.
Back when we used to do fun stuff.
Yeah, back before I got old, started falling apart. Ain't nothing but things. What happens when you let them sit? And we've got, I don't know how many of them sitting. It's a bunch. Alright, come off there right there and the gasket up. Gotta get the vacuum line off for the hydro boost, for the brake booster. And naturally it's going to, fitting's going to come off with it, I guarantee it. I have to go back in and get another wrench. Yeah, it is. every time. Wouldn't have it no other way. Sometimes you can shock it, but 9 times out of 10 you get shocked right back. I don't think I can hold it with no pliers. Oh. Hey, it worked. Okay, let's turn this here thing and see what we got going.
Harsh track found.
It's alright. There's about 20 degrees difference in temperature from the front of the shop to the back of the shop.
Yeah, now that we came back inside, I took my jacket off. But if we go back outside, I'm gonna have to put it back on.
Let's work my other phone somewhere, remind me. Get on my nerves. Last time they had me on one of them things that had all the leads on it. I was doing something about like this and I stepped down off of it and the leads hooked on the hood latch and snatched them all off my chest.
Instant wax.
Yeah. That's one of the things you don't forget. If you tap around on the carburetor or anything that's taken apart, if you tap around on it, your hand is out to mess up the gaskets. That's on anything you take apart.
That's with anybody else other than you, though. If it can mess up, it's going to mess up.
Hey, now it's working.
Fire it up now, see what it does.
Yeah. It's slam full of transmission fluid.
Okay, got the second battery put in. Can you believe it started?
Of course.
It's a Chevrolet.
Hard to keep a good truck down.
That's why we've never gotten rid of it. Had plenty of offers, but
Yeah,
still
everybody
here.
wants it. If we do anything, we're going to put smaller tires on it so we can get in and out of it.
That might help you. I'm sure I would still have to have a ladder. I can't jump in there like I used to. Or I'm not going to.
Octane gas in this all the time for what it was, so the gas should be somewhat still good. Probably not, but it don't look too bad. Coming up in the filter, because if you didn't run high octane in this thing, you get a spark knock and race cane with big tires on it. what used to be 93 and 112 racing gas mixed together is probably about 87 octane by now. And that battery is now garbage.
So now on to battery number 3. Uh-oh, jump box it is then.
It's still got antifreeze in it. Yeah, this is an unmolested truck. It's still got the air conditioning all on it. And it all used to work. Headlight adjusters, like all of them, gave up the ghost. So much spray paint all the chrome on the grill. Let's see what she
What
does.
Nope. Battery says not today. So we gotta let it charge a minute.
We're going to have to go put some batteries on charge.
This time car batteries, not camera batteries.
Yeah, that's amazing. The camera outlasted the car this go around. It's kind of oddity within itself. Next step is going to be washing the whatever it is off.
And probably blowing half of the paint off with it because it's already coming off on the roof.
Yeah.
In places that wasn't there before either. Now there's a hole right there.
Just so happens unless somebody can do body work.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that shout out.
Yeah. Internal messaging. Kind of like telepathically telling you need to paint your truck.
We may do that.
I don't know.
You're a Chevy man.
My granddad used to say with a can of gas and a rope he could crank a tree stump. And after you're done cleaning them up, you need to always check your gap because heating them up with this thing can change the gap on them. We're back.
Do you need a flashlight?
No, I can see. Probably can't. Oh, they are spark plugs. What could possibly go wrong? You either stick the thread side in or the nipple side in. One of them's not going to fit.
Sounds like somebody across the mountains doing a willet run. You hear it?
Yeah.
And it raining.
Okay, where's 4 plugs? All we got's 1 more.
Probably getting too dark out here. I probably need to go to the light.
Remind you some James Bond stuff. Well, I'll just put these plugs in and we'll just call it because I ain't got a charged battery right yet.
Yep, we had to put the battery on charge.
It's too dark for y'all to see because I can't see my image in the camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to pack it in for the afternoon. Got the plugs all clean, got them put it back in it. See if we can round the air tank up somewhere to air a tire up. If not, I have to drive the roll back around here. used a compressor on it, but we'll come back in the morning, we'll get with you and we'll get this thing fired up. It shouldn't be too hard to do. So stay tuned. Alright. Well, it's the next day. And we're back out here again. To continue the saga of the abandoned K5.
It's just sitting here waiting on us. It didn't go anywhere.
No. I figured we got anxious and came in the shop or something. That didn't happen either. A little tip. The little battery bolts you get are stubby. They don't screw in the battery with about 4 threads. If you take your regular 3/8 bolt and run you a nut on it, you can use a nut as a jam wash and you can gain more threads. That way it sticks further in the battery. Because otherwise, some of these vehicles have compound cables where 2 cables stacked on top of each other, and you'll strip the threads out of the battery every time. That's just kind of a little tip. May be helpful, may not. Probably not. Who knows? Here's a prime example right here. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it didn't go in there but about 4 threads and they're stripped off. And I don't know how lead strips off steel, because that steel is Chinesium. Anyhow, I have to go find a long bolt. Sometimes them lead slugs will come out right there, and if it will, we can use that bolt. Yes.
Now the sun's going to come out as soon as you get out here.
Yeah, we walked out the back door and it was like 30 degrees outside. No kidding.
All in the shade.
She's got a jacket on.
I do.
Tennessee weather. If you don't like it now, just wait a few minutes. Alright, we got some weed eater gas. Like I said, this thing's got some high octane gas in it because it didn't like nothing else but high octane. Got a small cam in it of some sorts. So we're going to put a little bit of this here in there. And see what she has to say. As much as I spill on top of it, if it spits back, we're going to be saying fire. I have to roll back and drive it around here so I can pump that tire up. Fire in the hole. Can't get no easier than that. Might have been wrong about the gas. Yep. But then again, I might have mixed the plug wires up too when I took them all off, took the plugs out of it.
Oh gosh, you got the bugs stirred up. One just hit me in the eye.
He was running for cover.
I didn't bring my sunglasses because it was cloudy.
He got shot at.
Yeah, so did I.
Let's see.
And I got hit.
Ain't Number 1 is
What are
right
them things?
there. So we got 1, 8, 4. Yeah, that ain't 4. That could be a problem with itself right there. Okay. And there's 4, 3. Three, 6, 7, 5, 7, 2. Yeah, so we had 2 plug wires. It was kind of had some discrepancies about them. What happens when you get old and blind? Can't see nothing.
Can't count.
Can't count. Can't remember nothing. Just can't. Can't. Bet we got all the neighbors' attention now.
I'm sure I got mine.
Timer must be way advanced too far. Oh, man. Well, we might have to get a lifeline for it. A runoff jug. It ain't pumping no gas up here. May not have no gas in it.
I doubt it does.
Gas gauge says empty. I don't understand. I always keep everything in the yard filled up with gas.
And all the tires aired up.
All the tires aired up. Oil change. Shoot, man.
Washed.
Yeah.
Oh, except this one.
Can't figure it out.
Fire!
There's a fire.
Yeah.
It's just a little one. Close the choke. Anybody got a shirt I can borrow? Well, we ain't getting no gas, so.
We got a spark.
Yeah, it's far.
We got fire. We ain't got no gas in it. It's getting plenty of fire. don't know why I said far like that.
No,
Fire.
You sound kind of cold. Oh, you say far. Oh, I said hood. A hood and hard head. Oh, that gas is like Indiana Jones' butt
like
crack.
mud.
I'm not thinking that's good gas.
Well, I think I need to go get the fire extinguisher before you fire it up again.
Oh, it'll be alright.
Yeah, until it ain't.
Yeah, all I can do is catch on fire. Fire.
What?
It's alive. It'll come get you.
Let me go get some.
Okay, let's see what she says now. I've got to run it off the bottom. IV drip.
I'm still right here. Ain't got no gas in it.
It's getting gas. I got it on the slow drip fire.
That ain't the kind it likes though. That's not racing fuel.
I know it.
She's fancy. She's spoiled. She said this ain't my normal go-go juice.
On the rodeo.
Don't kill the battery.
I think the plugs. May just be garbage. They were auto lights, but that don't mean nothing. Or the timing could just be off that fire. Oh, dang heart monitor. It's alive! It's alive! Easy as that.
There it goes. That tire's flat too. Almost made it.
Okay. runs it out of gas. But it made it that far.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Well, we may see if we can start washing this thing. We'd like to have it a little bit closer to the building, but this will do for now until we get some more gas in it.
I got just a little bit more. Not much.
So I'll walk around the back side of it. My trim has fell off. The rest of it's trying to come off. It's completely off the back tailgate there. I think it's going to take a lot of purple power degreaser to get this thing clean again. Gotta put some air in that one. But they're all dry rotted, so. Alright, well, we're gonna see if we got enough water hose to get the pressure washer out here.
We used this with Wesley's bleach white. But down in Georgia you couldn't find it by the gallons no more, so then we just started using purple power. Or super. It's the purple degrees, I don't know what they call it. But you spray from the top down, that way it runs down. That way you ain't gotta worry about coating it real heavy. Because it runs off, it'll collect itself. We'll actually see if it turns white again. It'd be a miracle.
Yeah, it's never been this dirty before. Except that time that I went mudding.
Yeah.
And when I climbed that hill. But other than that,
We ain't gonna mention all them.
no.
Okay.
I'm sure the kids remember it.
Unhonorable mentions. Dishonorable mentions. What do you want? Well, I hooked the fuel filter back up and the fuel is black, so I'm gonna have to drop the gas tank on it. So that may not get to be in this video.
It'll be on the next episode.
Yeah, because right now we got 1 or 2 doctor bills we got to pay. We got to go to the doctor tomorrow, so we're having to juggle trying to keep y'all entertained and trying to keep us alive. Both of them begin to be a challenge, to say the least.
Do the fender first, because I can't see the hood.
Well, there y'all have it, the white K5 blazing. We used to call it Casper, and then my youngest son got a black blazing, and he started calling this one Snowman and calling his the Bandit. So I guess it can be referred to as Casper Snowman. But anyhow,
It looks good.
sorry it got dark on us. We appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. We're back on this thing today. I had to let air out the front tires to bring it down to my level because leaning over the front is just killing me. We got a new set of spark plugs for it. On the previous taping, you've seen where we took the carburetor apart, cleaned it out, and it wouldn't fire, it just kept backfiring. So I'm thinking maybe the cap has corrosion in it, so we're going to take the cap off of it. But while I was squatted down, this thing always had a popping in it. And I never drove it. She drove it, climbed hills with it, went mud bogging. Our oldest son drove it to the prom, he drove it like a little over 100 miles round trip. And no telling where else he drove it. But anyhow, it didn't get driven much, but when it did get driven, it had a popping noise in it. And I found out what it is. So she'll walk around here to the back with the camera. The guy this truck came from tore the rear end out of it and had a polished traction rear end in it. And he liked to get out in asphalt and try and smoke these big tires. And they get traction. So he tore the rear end out of it. So he put a rear end in it right before he traded it to me. And for some reason, they put a heck of a roll on the rear end. So that front bearing does not get any dope whatsoever. It don't look that bad right now because the two front tires are flat, so it's dropped down 6 inches in the front. But when the front tires is aired up, it's standing there straight up in the air. But if you look over on that side, it's got a wedge. The block's already got a wedge to it, but then it's got a wedge in the top of the block. I gotta roll that light. There you go, right there.
Right there?
Yeah. It's got a wedge in the top of the block at the leaf spring. And it's got a heel to it that's still got about a 1/4 inch gap in it. So that's about a 1/2 inch wedge with a 1/4 inch gap. So that's 3/4 inch tilt back on the rear end. You can cast the rear end backwards a little bit, but you've got to keep your pinion angle tilted downward a little bit. And know the U-joint and the drive shaft's not in a line when you do that, but that's the only way that front bearing can get dope to it, get lubrication. So whenever I was up under it just a minute ago on the creeper, I wasn't on a creeper, I was on a roll around car to let our air out of the front tires, and I grabbed the rear yoke and it's got a bunch of slop up and down. So, therefore, I think that front bearing is garbage. Well, ain't no thinking to it. The front bearing is garbage. But this is a Let's do this again. This is a rust-free truck. The cross member's been bent a little bit back from getting hung on tree stumps and stuff. So down in Georgia, they just do crazy stuff. But the only rust that's in is right here in the rocker. And that's from where it's got a cavity right here and it holds dirt. And there's a little pinhole right there on both sides. But other than that, there's no rust in the truck. This is the original paint job. And I'm thinking about just buffing it out. Which we may paint it. I don't know. But I'd like to preserve it. But we'll buff it out. Got to do some changes on it. Because me and her, neither one can get in it. She has to have a chair. I have to crawl up on my knees to get in it. I think what we're going to do is leave the lift under it. And just run 35-inch tires on it. Because I want to keep my Mickey Thompson wheels. But anyhow, we're going to get back right here in the front of it. And change the plugs out and see if we can't make this thing motivate again. And the wind's blowing 100 miles an hour outside. So sorry for the background noise. It's the day before Thanksgiving and the weather's supposed to turn off 30, well, it's 20 something degrees right now outside. So we're gonna take advantage of the warm shop and get these plugs out of this thing. We took them out and cleaned them, but a plug can get heat fouled and it can get gas fouled, and you can clean the gas foul off of it, but the heat foul will crack the porcelain up in the metal and you can't see it, so it causes it to ground out on the block. And that acts like what this is doing, because it'll spin over and it backfires out the tailpipes. It's like it ain't getting hot enough fire to burn the gas. But we got it running off auxiliary gas tank here. It's a gallon antifreeze jug with a
nice
hose in it. So we do have it where if it does get some spark, then it can bust off. We pressure wash this thing and it sit out in the backyard for a couple of weeks, you can't even tell it. Oh yeah, this thing's a gas foul. See, that in there wasn't firing. And that in there was weak firing. So what I'm thinking is, like I said, these plugs can get cracked up in here and you can't really see it, and it'll cause them to arc down into the plug itself. So we're gonna solve that problem right here, right now. I always keep all my plugs and put them back in the box. That's a good and bad thing, because them plugs there look new, other than a little bit of rust on them. And if you ain't careful, and you don't mark your boxes, you'll be grabbing them up thinking you had a new set of plugs, and you don't. But anyhow, back to the task at hand. The old truck here has been abused. I hear something making a racket up here. I don't know what it is.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Like an animal?
I'm just going.
It's time for me to evacuate.
Evacuate?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll grab a wrench and help.
No.
You can tell. That temperature wire won't hold up to the temperature that manifold puts off, so it ain't gonna last very long laying on it. So we're gonna do the correct thing and reroute it around the spark plug wires. Yeah. Okay. Stage left.
I was trying to get on this side because of the light.
Was you trying to get on my good side?
Glaring, yeah. Did I?
No. This is my best side here.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you telling me that. I can't stop yawning.
This is my photographic side.
Let me see.
Sorry, that was mixed with a little dirt to dirt.
Hey,
No.
I didn't say it. You did.
You was thinking it. Anybody got a good right hand shoulder they want to get rid of? I need one. Mine's shot out.
You sure it's just the shoulder that shot out?
I think it's the whole person.
I do too.
You're just in agreement with everything. Sarcastically, aren't you?
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Cause see, you're saying it instead of me.
Yeah, but you're supposed to say, no, dear. You're not shot out, dear. Thank you, dear.
I've never called you dear. I'm not going to start now.
Well, dear.
Same on your end.
You're in. You step in it. You can be over at Windrock going over every hill and dale.
I ain't going to mess this thing up in Windrock. Look at that straight body. You think I'm going to take it through the woods?
Don't talk about me like that on the video. Oh. That's how you want to be now.
Whatever.
Look at this old decrepit thing working on the straight
Yeah,
body
look
vehicle.
at it. Look at it.
Whoa! Y'all calm down now. Don't get too heated over there. Situation done got mighty out of control.
I don't know about that.
That's what I heard.
That was a yawn.
No, I'm like, ooh, wow, it's coming up in the background.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Take the cap off and check the situation under it. See what we might be looking like. Because if it's corroded, it won't fire strong. If it won't fire strong and you get what we're getting here, some popping, chitty chitty bang bang.
Looks like it could be corroded by the looks of everything else.
You talking about me again?
Yeah.
I wish you quit all that yawning stuff. Oh. Come on, arthritis. And we have a little corrosion. It's better than what I thought it would have been. The button ain't that bad. I always check the center button because they're about losing ground and it'll arc inside the cap. And then when it does that, you lose all your fire. Well, I guess what I should have done is brought number 1 up when I got the cap off, shouldn't I?
Yep.
Well, I'll just be.
As long as you don't bring number 2 down, we'll be alright.
Oh. Pain is burn. Can you reach behind you? Oh. The big one in the middle of this all together right there on the tray. Yeah.
That's not a wrench, Jimmy.
It's a wrench.
No, it's a ratchet.
Ratchet. That's what's up on a firewall, ratchet.
Well, I was looking for a wrench. You gotta know your tools.
I don't know. You got mail.
Something.
What is that? Now hold on, I'm fixing to blow up.
Well, we gotta go see what just made a noise over there.
Because over there's the mark I put on the vinyl cover with my finger. Always monkeying around with it. I'll put it right together.
Nope.
Well, let's turn the air compressor on and get the blow nozzle and get the air hose. We'll be back with you in a minute. Alright, well, after some pulling my hair out and a few choice words, which is the reason we didn't have the camera on, I noticed this thing had a new distributor cap on it, or a new word distributor cap on it. So, and it says Excel on the sticker, which everybody buys stickers. So anyhow, I checked number 1 for fire. I pulled it out and I put my little spark tester in it, and it was firing real dim. And I said, okay, well maybe the ground wire, which is here, didn't get put back under the coil. Because people leave these in the caps and they don't change them out when they change the HEI coil out. And it'll run for a short period of time, and then it burns either the rotary button, it burns this out of the center of the cap, which touches your rotary button, or it burns the coil up. So I said, okay, well, we're getting weak fire, so maybe they didn't put the ground strap back in it when they put the new cap on it. Then I was bending over in front of the truck, which was killing me. So I said, I'll just take the cap off, sit it down here on the table, that way I can work on it a little better. Well, if you remember, this is the back side of the distributor. It's up against the firewall. And the truck kept popping back on one cylinder, which is blowing fire out the carburetor. Well, I said, well, I'm going to turn this upside down when I got it out. And I pulled all the plug wires off of it. And I said, well, I'll turn it upside down, check the dimple for the rotary button to make sure it wasn't burnt out. So I turned it over and see what's missing. You see anything in there that's not there? The snaggle tooth right there. This is the cylinder that wasn't firing because this had broke off and fell down into the distributor. So it was no longer making contact. So that was our cylinder that was spitting the whole time. And the top to it is gone. It's not even in the spark plug wire. So I don't even know where the top to it went. So if I had to guess, I would say it was probably when whoever changed the cap out, which it had to be one of my workers, which I didn't have but 2. But anyhow, we ain't going into that situation. So I was like, okay, well, you know how we've been struggling with new parts here lately? Well, this is a new coil. You can tell it's not very old. And that's a newer cap other than just the dust where I've been blowing crap around. You can see on the inside of it where it's new. So we're back to the garbage parts. And this wasn't recently done. So we've been having garbage parts for a long time. So anyhow, I'm going to stick this back together so at least I'll remember to throw the whole thing in the trash. And I'm going to stick the old coil back in this old cap, which has all of its little innards and one less screw because it just fell out on the ground. And we're going to see if this truck will run with an old piece of junk wore out cap. If I was a betting man, I'd say it'd probably run better than it ever has in its life. But that's just me. Discussing my discussions, being disgusted. So we're going to clean up some prongs here. Anybody need a good used distributor cap for a 7-cylinder engine? Got one, I say. Okay. Here we go again. Let's check the rotary button. The rotary button is good. Ignition module is corroded. And the springboard just went ding. Okay. On to the next episode. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We need as many subscribers as we can get. That way we can keep buying junky new parts. For every new subscriber, we're gonna buy at least one piece of garbage part. Okay. Cut was to the back, so the cut goes to the back. Just like so. The red wire was on the back. Red wire goes to the back, just like so. Okay. So, number one is this 4,000 mile long wire right here. Number one. Number 8. Number 4.
So will this eliminate the backfiring or the flame throwing?
Yeah, it should. Yeah, this should make it straighten up and act right. Okay.
Okay.
So, strong coil, strippers back right. We're gonna see what it does. Y'all keep your fingers crossed.
You might want to crack that door again in case it fires up.
I mean, every one of you's watching, keep your fingers crossed. I know one or two of you last time on the Yukon had your eyes crossed or your legs crossed or something. Alright, y'all ready for this? Something when you think you got new parts. So it don't have a stuck valve.
Very cool.
Got a small cam in it. You hear the cam right here.
the tires are holding some air.
The carburetor needs adjusting because, as you've seen in the first part of the video, I had to take the carburetor apart and clean it out. It's full of garbage.
Well, it's the next day, and we are back to work on the Blazer. So he's over turning on the air compressor now. We're going to see if we can get these tires aired up enough that we can maybe pull this thing outside and drive it around a little bit today. So we're hoping they'll hold enough air. What do you think?
Possibly. I hope so.
I hope so. I'm ready to at least drive it around in the field a minute.
I don't know, but the front end and the rear end both are exercising their freedom to not want to leave the shop. Well, both of them blinking. And it's been sitting out in the yard for up here for I don't know how long. But it's been moved around on a rollback. It ain't been moved. We pushed it around here with a forklift. And got it in the shop because it was 14 degrees outside. And I just ain't playing around in the cold weather.
It's a little warmer than that now, today. But when we put it in the shop, it was.
We ain't got but just the gallon of gas that's up under the hood to run it with, because today is Sunday and there ain't no gas stations around us open. So we're gonna crank it up and back it outside and drive around the yard. We're not gonna go far because we can't get no gas. And we live up on top of a mountain, so if you go off the mountain, it's rough getting stuff back up here. Yeah, we're going to lower this thing down a little bit so me and her can get in it, because it's rough jumping 4 foot in the air. We'll straighten the fenders back out on it where the tires got into them over the years. It ought to be 30 pounds. Now it's sitting on cattywampus.
Just leaning a little bit.
It's got the gangsta lean going on. Oh, me. Nothing like a tailpipe in the back. I guess that's where it goes in the car, ain't it?
That's what I was about to say. Just not your back.
Yeah. She's gaining altitude. I might leave it up as high and have some collapsible steps come down to the ground. You stand on them, they just raise you up into the truck.
Fancy ones. That would work. Have my own little elevator.
If I get air out, I get up there. They are 17 by 40 by 15.
Just little guys.
This is the cap trying to separate from the carcass. Or has done. Gumbo mutters, gateways, you can't find them nowhere no more. back in the day, this is the coolest tire to have.
I've definitely taken it through the mud and through some hills. Or taken them, I mean,
Oh.
the tires.
Ground so far down there. Alright. Let's see if she'll act right today and fire back up like she did yesterday. Yeah, it's just crazy the run we've been having here with aftermarket parts. Well, that was a replacement part, but still. Oh, and here's a carburetor for Big Bird. We dug it out. I'm gonna rebuild it. It had dirt dauber's nest in it. So we're gonna get rid of that junky carburetor that's on it. Raise the door up high and get 18 wheeler in here to get this thing out. Alright, where should she start?
Yeah. It's alive!
Purrs like a kitten. Yep, it's by the gas. Yep. Have a problem getting the activator filled.
Oh, great. We may not get to drive it after all.
That jug slab empty.
Well, I guess we get to go to town, to the big city, and get some gas before we can finish this video.
'That was about a gallon of gas, so it gets no miles to the gallon.
So we're gonna make a gas station run.
I think I got just a little bit more left over in the can. Not enough amount left, but it'll get it out the door. Spin a tire, dude. Now it's back up in the air, chest high.
Chest high to you, but
Yeah.
not to me.
I filled that up last night. It was a gallon of gas.
All right, did you find some?
Got a half gallon, it's all over it. Whatever they ain't wearing. Might have checked the oil. Don't smell like that. I guess we let it run longer than I realized last night. Apparently 2 quarts of gas and this thing don't go very far. Still the same place it was, just quart low oil, but I ain't gonna put no oil in it because I'm gonna change it. Because I gotta fix all this wiring nightmare. All the coating's going off the wires, so. Alright, let's see if it'll crank again. What on this, Jack? Yep, she got gas now.
You better run. You want your stool?
Huh?
You need your problem anyway.
Yeah.
Whew, now you got it stinking in here. Lord have mercy, it stinks.
Yeah, she was digging. She only got down there one wheel spinning the jigger.
That's fine. She had to show you she had a little something lift.
Yeah. You back it up, I ran over my step thing, didn't I?
Almost. I didn't know what you were doing. You went a little wild on me there.
That'll be okay.
I never know.
I can move the forklift over here now. I don't know why there were chunks leaking, but it's pouring fluid.
It's probably gonna be pouring more now. You just got it all shook up. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Well, all right. Well,
Well, now that
y'all hanging out and watching.
now that we got it running, we gotta get some more gas for it, and we'll have some more videos of it when we get it roadworthy. Get some tires.
Stayed where it was. Yeah, right on the
Guide me in, okay.
You didn't do too good of a job.
Yeah. The driver didn't.
We appreciate y'all sticking around to the end of the video. We got some more things we're going to do to this truck, but right now tires ain't in the budget, so we're just going to do a couple of with it runs and play around with that. So if you like the wreckers, we got one coming up that we think you're going to like. And tell a friend. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button. I don't know what it does, but anyhow, you'll get notified of something. And check us out on the
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Patreon.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.